Manchester United 4, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. I nearly said nil. Nearly said nil. Right then, welcome back. Short while, guys. Now look, in the couple of minutes that we had a break there, look, I got negative. I did. It's 4-1. It was, it's goal difference. There are still questions this Manchester United side, and we'll go into that in a second. You've changed your tune. Second half, we come out a bit better. First half, I thought we were all over the shop. Still can't get away from this narrative.
It just made us look good the whole game. This passing there's some slick moves. I mean, have we been a bit masked? Because are we being a bit masked? Was it actually? Are we just because we're feeling so negative that we're just not even appreciating that they did play it round them really easily?
Yeah, but this is the question. Like, well, you look at the way Manchester United played tonight, chat, and get your comments, and we'll go through them. Make sure we will. You look at the way we played tonight. Like, I see us lining up against the Bournemouth, and I don't see us scoring 4. I see us struggling to score 2. The only reason we were able to score so many goals tonight was because Wolves were just that bad. They were just that bad, and I said 4-0.
They were bad, yeah.
I said 4-0, and it was 4-1. But you cannot go in at half-time to Wolves.
Bottom of the table. Bloody let them score a goal.
We were. So it's a night that I think the scoreline definitely doesn't explain the game itself. It was a win, and we see ourselves in 6th place now. And I'll tell you what, look, I will share it because a result does do this to you. It does change the offset. This is now the table as it stands, with us going into a home game against Bournemouth. Manchester United now 6th in the table. Goal difference is 2. They can't have updated. Hang on, let me refresh that. Yeah, we'll have the 4. We'll have the 4. And guys, the question is, are we happy with the performance? Not the results.
25.
Are we happy with the performance? And I've got to say, no, I don't think the performance was that good. I think in any other game against any other opposition, Manchester United would have thrown that away.
It looked really easy.
It did look. It
looked really easy. I mean, some of the balls forward by Wolves were terrible. How many times did they kick it out of play, out for a goal kick?
That's it.
That first goal.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it was calamitous. It was calamitous.
Oh my goodness, horrific.
We should have had
another penalty as well. We should have had another.
Yeah, we should. Look, I want to say this, and I want to say it straight away because people will probably tell me off for being negative. It's not that I'm negative. What for me the problem is that, like I said before, against a better side, I don't think we'd have scored 4 goals. I think that Wolves team tonight, that is the worst football I've seen played.
There's no worst team in the league for us to play against. There's no worst team for us to play.
Well, Haha says I can't even see that.
Everyone will beat Wolves this season. Everyone
they will. I'm not going to give my full opinion on things as I think it will be unpopular. No, Carl, look, I want you to give your opinion. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to call you out for it, mate. At the end of the day, you're a United fan. This is what we do.
You say what you want to say.
Anthony says a win is a win. 4-1 is a good win.
I agree. We just said before we came back on, are we being a bit too negative? We'll be a bit too negative through that, but it's just a general mood that we've got. Not just me and Dan. Everyone has just. Well, a lot of people. It's just a general mood.
Yeah,
of just feeling quite. For me, it's been bashed out of me with these opportunities to get. We could go into, and then the next match is happening, and we just don't. It's so infuriating.
So imagine we don't drop points against Everton. Imagine we don't drop points against West Ham. That table looks a lot better, and this is why.
So disappointing.
This is why I can't get fully excited at winning 4-1. I can't, because I said at the start of the night, it's an expectation to go out there and dominate this team.
You were nearly right with your score prediction. I was laughing at you.
Akko says, still get rid of him. Level with a fifth.
We're not going to get rid of him now, are we? No. Bloody hell.
A point off 4th with us playing terrible. We were better in the second half. I can agree with that, Carl, but I think whereas we were better, I think Wolves were just worse. The table's been favouring us. Give him the season. If you're going to replace him, you need to figure out who to replace him with. Akko says maybe that's why Amorim is still managing. Who was your man of the match, Dan and Kev? My man. Well, we'll go through the player ratings and then we'll discuss man of the match. Dan says a good win, but if we play this against Bournemouth, we ain't winning. Bruno masterclass, says Akko. Mount or Cooney were really good tonight.
I'm going to say I don't know about that because I'm now starting to go. Are we just? There was some good play. I mean, there was a team again. There was an opposition against them. They weren't not trying Wolves. I think they were trying. They're just not very good. But no. Are we just because it's Wolves and they've not won and all these negatives are going on top of Wolves that we just don't give any. We're not giving any credit to some of the play, the interchanges.
No, I hear it.
Some of Mason Mount's passes were amazing. Some of the runs forward were really good. It's just an overall bubble, I feel, in me personally, where it's just a disappointment bubble from the last few weeks that I couldn't. It's difficult to get really excited about a 4-1. When you see if we had one against Everton, has snuck a little 1-0 against Everton, snuck a 1-0 against West Ham, and then come here and won 4-1.
Different.
We were like, whoa, lads.
Yeah, because then you look at
those that just left me feeling really down.
If I bring the table up again, I mean, that's 5 points puts us on 30. We'd be third. We'd be joint third with Villa. Mount, for me, the only one that looked good. Anthony says that's a positive goal difference. When was the last time we had that at Christmas? Dallo was very good. Dallo made very good decisions, says Akko. Amorim is a dementor in disguise, says Wahaha. The game made us question Amorim. Yeah, it did before. Sorry, Chappie, you're right. Warbster says it's not negative. It's just seeing how it is. It is uninspiring. The Wolves are just that bad. A win is important in the grand scheme of European football still, but we aren't improving. I actually agree with that comment. That is how I feel.
It's really hard to know whether that's an improvement because I think we're being masked by how bad Wolves were. I think we were already. It didn't matter whether we won today. It didn't matter because we absolutely should have. We played them off the park essentially.
Yeah.
And even when we're thinking we're not playing that well, so maybe we're masking our own. We've just got these disappointment goggles on that we're watching it with anyway. When actually, I'd be interested to see what everyone's narrative is because you said to some of the other sites, like, "Oh, this is going to be a great win."
I'll pose this question to you.
I'll see what everyone else.
I'll pose this question to the chat as well.
I'm trying not to be too.
I hear it. Let me pose this to you, right? Let me pose this to you. Would that performance have beat Bournemouth?
I don't know because I don't know now. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't
because we give the ball away a bit in the first half.
And that's my problem.
And they would have probably broken us. There was times when we had 2 breaks, and most of the teams in the top 5, 6 would have scored from those breaks. So there's still things, but I mean. Yeah.
Well, Peachy says, Jesus Christ. Carl says, in my opinion, until he gets a better midfielder and wing backs that he wants, I don't think we can fully judge him. There are still players there who have not been good enough for many managers before, and I take that. Well, I'm going to start that, Carl, because I'll come back to that. It's been very frustrating. It's been very frustrating as the chances have been there for us to be comfortable in the top 4. Great comment.
I know, that's why we're frustrated. That's why we've got these disappointment goggles on.
Ben says, United, you happy, Dan? Mainly got half an hour with added time. No, I'll go into that in a minute. Shocking game tonight. I thought the scoreline didn't reflect the performance. We made Wolves look very good in periods.
Yeah, we did. That's an issue.
With this kind of performance, I feel any other team gives us a lot of trouble. That's where I'm at. And Warbzo says, that same game we get beat by anyone other than relegation fodder. Right. Now,
I think they give us a much harder game.
Of course
than that. Give us a much harder.
I mean, look at the marking here. The marking.
There's no pressure on them.
Nobody picks up Mount here for the third goal. Let me come back to this comment. So, in my opinion, he until he has a better midfield and wing backs that he wants, I don't think we can fully judge him. There are still players who have not been. So here's my argument. Right, we're playing Wolves, who have got 2 points all season. We go in at halftime 1-1 against this Wolves team. Now, I don't think anybody at halftime was sat here going, it's going to be okay, because we don't trust this Manchester United team. We don't trust the manager's tactics a lot of the times. So when we went in at 1-1 at halftime, I've got to be honest with you, I was livid, because you can laugh at it, and we did have a laugh at it. We did laugh at the goal, but ultimately, this isn't good enough. Other teams don't do that. Other teams, when they score a goal against a team as bad as Wolves, go on and get a second.
Give us loads of chances as well for us to score in that first half. We still had so many chances.
The opinion about better midfield and wing backs, Carl, I will say this now. I think you will get to see that. I think he had to win tonight. I think if he'd have lost tonight or drawn tonight, I think the ownership would have had major trouble. What he's going to have on his side is the AFCON. We're going to lose 3 players that have been very big for the way we play. So he will get credit in the bank for that.
He's into form.
Well, yeah. But it's Wolves, isn't it? I just think, look, we've got January. If the board truly back the manager, go out there and bring in 2 players in January for this formation, and let's see if that improves us. Then in the summer, if they truly back this manager and believe him to be the manager with the system that we play, to go on and do what they think he can, go out there and spend another 200 million and bring the players in. Not waiting until we sell players. Go out there and bring them in. Now,
let me hear the narrative. You can.
To Ben's comment, am I happy Manu got half an hour? No, I'm not. And this is where I get really angry. And I got angry in the stream because we were 3-1 up against Wolves at that point, who looked absolutely abysmal. Worst team we've played this season. You should be bringing Kobbie Mainoo on the 65th minute. You should, not the 77th minute. I don't care it's 12 minutes later. But Kobbie Mainoo, come on, did well. He was calm, he was collective.
Yeah, he played well when he came on. I was happy.
What is the difference? What's the difference? That to me, with the subs made...
Maybe that earns him a match.
No, but that to me, with the subs made, says that this manager was still thinking we need to keep this lead. Instead of thinking, let's go out there and get the 4th goal, the 5th goal and the 6th goal, he was thinking, right, I'm going to make them the subs as defenders again. We keep doing this.
The counter to that is what I said in the match is we're doing all right up front.
Yeah.
I mean up front, the first, the top 3, but we're doing all right. So maybe he's thinking, well, we've got them under our, we've got them in the pockets up front. So it's the midfield we're talking about. He should have come on earlier.
I agree.
He should have come on earlier. But I'm glad that he did well when he came on and not crapped it. Look at this goal then.
It's abysmal. What we got here? Chappie says, unless we buy well in the window, still struggle during AFCON. I agree. Jamie says, I do feel the passing was better tonight. Other games, we could not pick a 2-year pass. Yeah, but again, Jamie, I'm watching the replays back here. Wolves were they couldn't string a pass.
They weren't close. They weren't close to our players.
No, to be fair, so
are we not giving them enough credit? Are we not?
No,
because is it the team that's doing that, getting into the good positions to not let the Wolves team get near us?
I expect. Right, let me ask this question.
They are bad.
Let me ask this question. Did everybody expect us to beat Wolves by 4 goals to what? Well, by 4 goals tonight. Did everyone expect us to get 4 goals against Wolves tonight? Did everyone expect us to? I did. Therefore, I don't see how we can get excited knowing that this Wolves team's abysmal. Looking at the replays of the goals, this is under 9s defending by the Wolves team, so I'm not going to get gassed. That's because the squad as a whole ain't good enough.
It's a bad pass anyway. We get the ball back off the Wolves player.
Yeah. That's because the squad as a whole ain't good enough. That's the point. Yeah, and look, Carl, I take your point, mate. I really do. Andrew says, how shit must Wolves be if United beating 4-1? Watching the game was like watching Soccer Aid. Agree with that. Wahaha says he did okay, Kobe, but then again, Wolves were out of gas and resigned by then. Doesn't mean anything. No, I agree. Just hope he actually plays Kobbie against Bournemouth, but not holding my breath. No, I wouldn't bother. What does Moxie say? Moxie says, worst thing about it, Carl, is he's got players there who could improve this team, but he just won't start them. This is a great comment. Put Mainoo in there, play a left wing back who's left-footed, short, and a right wing back who's right-footed. Agree. It's simple. I expected 7 goals, says Akko. And Wolves says, I hate this argument that some people use that if Amorim had a perfect 11, he'd do it better. He's a coach. He's meant to platform these players to be better, and he doesn't. That's bad head coach. Yeah, I agree with that. You just can't keep buying a manager, buying a manager, a perfect player in each position. The best coaches get the best out of the players. Right. Let's go through. Right. So I want you to put your comments in below. Just a number.
They're getting a bit of credit.
Who? Wall United.
Yeah,
right then. So Sen Lamons out of 10. I'm giving him a 6. It's an average. He didn't have anything to do other than the goal. It's just a standard 6 out of 10 for Sen Lamons for me.
Do we want to write them down?
Yeah, we can write them down. Yeah, write them down. What are we saying? Chat? Dan says 7. Wahaha says he's going the Arteta way. I'm going 6. What are you going? Ben says 7. I'm only going 6.
So the average says number 1 centre.
Yeah, 1 centre. Akko says 6. Wahaha says 6. Carl says 7. What are you saying?
I would say 6.
Okay.
So I think it's a 6.
I think it's a 6 overall, isn't it? Then we'll go to Mazraoui. Mazraoui, what would you be giving Mazraoui out of? Now, I've got to be honest, the goal comes from Mazraoui's side, but I think it's more Ahmad who's at fault there. Again, Mazraoui, I would go 6 out of 10. I don't think he was anything out of this world. Chat, what we're going for Mazraoui out of 10. Put your comments, put your numbers in there. Dan says 7. Akko says 7.5. Anybody, what are you saying?
I'd give him a 7.
A 7.
Reasonable.
I am a miserable sod tonight, ain't I? Wahaha says 5. Carl says 7. Ben says 7. Okay, we'll go 7. 7. I'm happy to do that. Right, Aidan Heaven, centre back. Aidan Heaven's a tough one for me. Chappie says 6. Aidan Heaven's a tough one for me.
I think he had a decent game. He went off. But when did he go off?
65th minute. I would go as far with Aidan Heaven. I would give him a 6.5.
I would be another 7. I would say, if we're saying Mazraoui was a 7, I would say Heaven was a 7.
I say 6.5.
7 in Heaven.
Don't remember anything. Don't remember anything good he did. There was some weird defending. He did it at Wolves' corner, knocked it back into a 6-yard box. So Dan's gone 5.5. 6.5 says Akko. 6 from Wahaha. 5 from Ben. 5.5 from Carl. What are you saying?
I would say a 7. So if we give him Mazraoui, so we'd average him out at a 6, probably.
Yeah, I think 6 is probably the one. Luke Shaw, I'm going to say Luke Shaw was a 7 out of 10 tonight. I thought Luke Shaw was probably the best out of the defenders. I thought Luke Shaw was winning everything. He was controlled at the back. I thought a lot of it come from him. So I'm going to give Luke Shaw a 7 out of 10. Chat, what we're saying about Luke Shaw. Good evening, Goat Father.
I'll give him a 7.5.
Good evening, Goat Father. Good to see you, mate. Dan says 7. Carl says 6. Wahaha says decent 7. Yeah. Luke Shaw played well. Said Akko. Ben says 6. What else are we saying? What are you saying? 7.
7.5. I would say
7.5. 7.5. Akko says 7.
7.
7.
7.
7. We'll go 7 with Shaw then. Right then, this is where it gets interesting. Amad Diallo, I think, was majorly at fault for the goal. To come down his side, he was in no man's land. I would go Amad a 6. I think he could have done so much better in the opposition box. There was too many times he held the ball too long, spun to try and do anything, was all over the place. I think we need to see Amad have more.
I would say 6.5.
I'm going to go 6. Dan says 6. Goat Father's giving him 8 to everybody. 6 for Ahmad, says Ben.
Fair enough.
Absolute trash. 1 says Wahaha. 5, too much coming inside all of the time. That's what she said, says Carl. What are you saying?
6.5, I reckon.
I'm going 6. 6.5 for getting us the penalty, but it wasn't his best. I think we can go with a 6, can't we? Get your comments in quickly, guys, before we move on to Dallo. To Dallo. I'm going 6. It's looking like it will be 6 with everyone here, to be fair. Well, around about 6. We're happy with 6. Okay, we will go for Dallo now. Dallo. I mean, fuck yeah. Dallo, I'd give a 6.5. Dallo, I'm going to give a 6.5. What are you saying?
6.
Chat, what are we saying about Dallo? I'm going to say 6.5. Akko's gone 8.
For Dallo?
Akko's gone 8. 6 for Dallo from Dan and from Ben. 6.5 from Carl. What are you saying? Did you say 6? Anybody else? Wahaha, are you in there for Dallo? There's a lot of 6s. There's an 8 and a 6.5. 6.5. I'm going to look. 7 for Dallo. Wahaha's gone right. We'll go 6.5 for Dallo. We'll go 6.5. Next up. Mate, we'll go through the midfield, actually. We'll go Bruno first. Now, Bruno got assist. He got an assist, didn't he? He got 2 goals. I mean, Bruno, you'd have to... his runs were good. Yeah, he was. He was okay. Bruno, for me, I mean, look, if you're going on... He was the creative force. I think you'd have to... I'd give him an 8.5 tonight.
I'd give him 8. I would say 8 for Bruno.
Dan says 8. Wahaha says 6 for Bruno. Akko says 9. 2 goals and an assist. I mean, it's not a bad night, is it? Carl says 7.5. Ben, he got the first goal on the penalty. 7.5 from Ben. What did you say for Bruno?
8.
8. I said 8.5, didn't I? Akko said 9. Anybody else? Wahaha, what did you say? You said 6. Chappie says 8. I think we can safely say 8, can't we, with it all rounding up? So 8 for Bruno. Casemiro. It was good pass.
Steady Eddie.
Casemiro, I give a 7.
Steady Eddie.
Give a
Steady
7
Eddie
to
Casemiro.
Casemiro. But again, it's fucking walls, isn't it? 7 for Casemiro from myself and Kev.
7,
what are you guys saying? Out of what are we saying out of 10?
7.5.
7.5. Sounds like start of a name, doesn't it?
6.
Casse 6. Anybody else? Any more on Casemiro? 6.5 for Uncle Knobhead. Bruno should have given Cunha. Yeah, I think he should have as well, actually, Santos. Good to see you as well, Santos. Haven't seen you for a while. I think we'll go 7 with Cass. I think we can sort of, 6. Oh, might drop to 6.5 here. Hang on. 7. No, we'll go 7. We'll go 7 for Cassie. Okay, Mason Mount. Mason Mount for the goal, and I think for his he didn't stop.
Mount.
He was at fault for the goal, though, wasn't it? It did come from him.
Did come from him. Mott.
Is your Mott?
Mottma.
I'm going to give him a 7.5.
Oh, I'll give him a 9.
I'll give him a 7.5. Okay, so Dan says 9. 8 for Mount. 7 for Akko. Man of the match says Wahaha.
Yeah, Mottma for me as well.
Mottma for you. I feel like I've been a bit harsh on him now. Santos says 7.
Yeah, you know why? I think because some of the passes he hit, you weren't looking at the screen.
Actually, no. I'm going to go up to an 8 because there was that one. Yeah, I got up to 8.
He played some really good forward passes today. And he held
Ben
on to
says
the ball
6.5.
well.
Okay. Well, Ben was there, to be fair. Okay. We'll go an 8 for him, I think, with everybody that's put in there. What did you say?
9.
8.5, I suppose, isn't it? 8.5.
Okay.
Well. Next one, Brian. I've got to be honest. Brian did a lot of running tonight, but I would say
It scored, so I'll give him a 7.
I'm going to give him a 6.5.
I'll give him a 7.
And I agree with Ben. To be honest, I think he's talking about Mount there. Can we really have 5 if you both think Wolves are as bad? No, I get that, Jamie. I'm beating Jamie.
Right in the players and
I'll be honest with you. I've been negative all night, so I'm trying to be a bit more positive. 3 for Brian says Wahaha. 6.5 from Dan. Akko says 7.5. Chappie says 5. 7 says Ben. And change to 7 from Dan. What are you saying?
7.
7. I will go 6.5 just because of the goal, he says. So, look, I think we get a 7 from there.
You reckon I was going to say it's maybe a 6.5? Is it because somebody put him into a 3?
7.5. Yeah,
that drops his average, doesn't it?
7. Yeah, we'll go 7. And then finally, Cunha. Cunha was trying to be at the heart of everything tonight.
He did all right again.
Did okay.
Steady Eddie, another Steady Eddie. It's a Steady Eddie 7 for me. I always think of Steady Eddie as Dennis Irwin, 7 to 9 performance every week. So 7, I would say, for Cunha.
I'll go.
He didn't make any mistakes as such, as far as I remember.
I'm going to say 6.5 because I give Brian a 7 for the goal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say 6.5 for Cunha.
I would say 7.
So Akko says 7. You say 7. Dan says 7. Any others in there? Who are the highest ones there? Mount, Bruno, and I think we'll go Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. No, sorry, Mount, Bruno, and I think Cunha's going to get no. Okay, Mount, we'll go. Okay, so to choose your man of the match, it's between the top 2.
What are we saying for Cunha? 7.
7, yeah.
We're not doing the subs. They weren't on long enough for them.
Bother with that.
So man of the match for all the subs.
So who is your man of the match? It's between Mount and Bruno with the scores there. Vote for your man of the match. I'm giving mine to Bruno because of the 2 goals and the assist. You're giving yours to Mount, aren't you?
To Mount.
Get your votes in, chat. Get your votes in now. Thought Cunha was trying too hard. I agree with that, Ben. 6.5 says Moxie. Everyone had a steady game, really. They did, and they did. And look, they didn't have to do much to beat this Wolves side. That's my problem here. That's my problem. 6. Okay, man of the match, Bruno, says Ben. Let's have a look how the vote is going. I tell you what, it's 50-50 at the moment. Get your votes in, guys. There's only 6 of you voting. Get your votes in for the man of the match. Is it Mount or is it Bruno? Bruno. I can't end it on fit. Oh, here we go. Right, so no, it's got some. Oh, hang on a minute. Have you voted? Your vote was Mount, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mont.
Okay, so at the moment it's 57% Mount. Look, I'm gonna before we reveal that, I'm gonna say, look, to break it up here, Manchester United come away with the 3 points tonight. Was it great? Not really. It was expected against a Wolves side that I think are probably the worst team to play in the Premier League at the moment, judging from their showing. Manchester United, again, with substitutions, I think were a bit odd.
Average, sorry, Dan. That's the average of the team.
6.8. 6.8 for the team. I'd agree with that. I just feel like there's still more that we could have done here. I think other teams playing this Wolves side in the way we're playing tonight would have done more. But look, it's goal difference. We are up to 6th in the table, and I can reveal that the man of the match with 62% is Mason Mount tonight. So Mason Mount gets man of the match. I'm sure he'll be well happy with that.
And he did get it as well.
We went 4-1 away, and it has been such a negative stream overall. But Moxie, it's not that. It's not. Moxie, do you think we beat this?
It's not. No, it wasn't. I'm just really disappointed. I've never liked to be negative. I always like to look for the positives, and I'm really happy that we won 4-1.
I just know what comes after it. I know what comes after this game.
It's what's gone before that just made me feel really like lethargic about really wanting to watch and like. I mean, I wasn't really joking at the start, saying I'm just sat here because you're here, and I'll sit and watch it with you rather than sit downstairs and watch it, because I would have been happy to just sit downstairs and watch that. But because I felt so indifferent. I try not to get really disappointed about Man United. I refuse to let football make me feel so low and so disappointed.
Yeah,
and I tried to just move on really quickly. But I'm just really with that. It's really with the Everton and the West Ham results. That's what really sent me over the edge, really into this level of disappointment. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to be negative, just more.
I don't.
Indifferent. I'm just indifferent about it.
To add on to that, I think it's. I think. Look, I don't. Look again. You never want a manager to get sacked, Moxie. But I just don't. I still, after this game, my question is, and it's as simple as this. And I asked this to all of you, and I asked this to Kev. If we were to play if we were to play tonight against Bournemouth like that, would we have won? And I don't think we would have.
I think it's unlikely.
And that's my concern. We can't. Look, 4-1 is a great result. 4-1, brilliant. We've scored the 4 goals, and I think that's great. But I just know, I think for me, I know what comes after it. And I think because of what this team has done to me this season, and it has hurt me sometimes this season, I'm trying to not get myself elated, ready for Bournemouth, because Bournemouth is going to be a tough game. Bournemouth have struggled. We know that. Where are Bournemouth in the table now, by the way? Bournemouth are 13th. They've won 5, drawn 5, lost 5. But Manchester United will come up against a different opposition in Bournemouth. And I don't think they'll have it all their own way like they did against Wolves. This Wolves team are abysmal.
After the other wins that we've had, we've got a bit more, okay. I'm finding it a bit harder to be really upbeat about winning matches now because of what we've seen so far this season. And as I think somebody said at the start, we're expecting an up and down season. I wasn't really. I was expecting us to be up and down for the first few games, but then get a bit of consistency.
And it's the games that we've dropped points in that I look at and gone, but what if? And this is the tale of our season at the moment. What if? What if against 10 men Everton for 80 minutes? What if we'd have gone and won that game? What if we'd have held on against West Ham or been bold and gone for a second?
Really
the table would look so much different. So, look, I take on board what Carl said earlier on. And again, it's a case of we'll have to wait and see the players he gets coming in, if they will turn the fortunes. If once he gets all of his players, these players, this team then goes on to do some beautiful things. And I hope it does. I do hope it does. I still get very angry because I look at Mainoo on the sideline, a game where Casemiro was knackered after the 60th minute. Bring him on, give him minutes. That's where my anger comes from. But again, Ben's got it spot on here. Poor performance tonight. Scoreline glosses over it. Bournemouth are a bit similar at the moment. One good game, then off the boil. We do need to play better against them, and we need to win. And that's the thing. We absolutely have to win the next game. We have to win the next game. A shame he didn't give Lacey 10 minutes at the end whilst 4-1 up. Yeah, I think he should have given it as well. Celtic have a new manager, says Wahaha. He was playing with a tactics board in torrential rain and lost versus Hearts. Remind you of anyone? Absolutely does. That's the picture for it? Yeah, I saw that picture. But guys, look, to close it, Manchester United 4, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Manchester United are now 6th in the table. We have a home game to come against Bournemouth where we need 3 points.
Is that at home?
It's at home. We need 3 points. If they can get that win, if they can work out what they're going to do without Brian, without Mazraoui.
They'll be gone for that match then?
Yeah, after that game. No, they'll be there for that game and then they go after that one.
Right, okay.
Any last thoughts?
Yeah, I suppose, and maybe a tiny bit. I'm a tiny bit happier. The disappointment that was around me is lifted slightly, but we need to. I don't want to say we need to carry on like that now because it's been so up and down. Yeah, I'm feeling slightly happier. I 100% thought we'd lose that match. I wasn't just joking. That wasn't just for comments and clicks. I really thought we would lose that match. I thought we would lose it 2-1. And when it went 1-1 at half time, I thought they're going to come out and score another 2 after the half time Wolves. So I genuinely thought we'd lose that one. I feel like Wolves are a bit bogey team for us. It is the worst. It potentially could go down as one of the worst teams to play in the Premier League. And I want to make it clear as well, not just like Wolves is the worst team, but that set of players that Wolves have got could potentially be the worst set of 11 players to play in the Premier League. And they made us look, I think, just from watching the first watch, I might watch it a little bit back again to try and maybe see it in a different way, try and watch it more positively. I think they made us look really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Some of our passing looked really slick. There was no pressing from Wolves at all. They didn't seem to press at all, especially in the second half. Once we'd got maybe the second or the third.
They looked defeated, didn't they?
They looked done. But I have watched Wolves live, close up, in a few times this season, and pretty much every team has run over them that I've watched them play against. We maybe just run over them a bit more than some of the other teams have. So I'll take that positive from the game and lift and remove a portion of my disappointment bubble and put it out into the open again and see where we are next week.
Guys, I will be here until Friday and then I fly to New York on Sunday. I'm going to be knackered. Kev will be taking the reins for the Bournemouth game. I will try and tune in. I should imagine I'll be at the Empire State Building by then. But I'll end it with this. Okay, I'll end it with this. Manchester United 4, Wolverhampton 1. As they always say, it's the hope that kills you. Dan United, Kev United, Uta!